Well, I dare say we've got a bit of a pile here, do we? I could do one of those things that Elliot Cohen does, where he, has a picture of himself of a stack of things, which I don't do for my thumbnails. Maybe I'd get more views if I did. Anyway, we got Fistful of Dollars. I mentioned last week how I had the Good, Bad, and the Ugly, the whole trilogy, but I got this one as a replacement for the fact that the originals didn't come in, but then they did come in, so yeah, 4K, Blu-ray, your regular stuff. I've obviously flipped over the artwork. Isn't that nice? Everyone's having their Black Friday sales now, so of course Imprint were like, hey, here's 25% off the whole website, even though some of those sales, not great, given that you could just, at least locally in Australia, you could just wait for JB to have a sale, because they have all the Imprint stuff for like 10 to 15 bucks cheaper, and also will have a 30% off sale at the end of the month, so I'm like, I'm just going to wait for that. However, they did have, this one was from eBay, actually, Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia. Apparently is a really good Sam Peckinpah film and a really good release, because it actually comes with a documentary as well, 4K restoration, a whole bunch of stuff. Obviously a hard box. I got this one on eBay for $40 odd. Mostly, it was completely mint condition and all. I was able to save 15 bucks by not buying it from their website, because they had it there for like 70 bucks or whatever on the website. That's the documentary that it comes with, which also has a bunch of special features. Interestingly, it's actually upscaled. It's kind of focused on my face, hold on. So that's nice, at least. But yeah, so they had if you buy 3 limited edition sets, this was one of them, you could get them for like 130. But I decided against that, because I'm like, I've got other things to spend my money on, so I just bought it on eBay instead. Who'd have thought? That being said, they did have a 3 for $40, which is really good, because these are all $35 usually. Island in the Stream with George C. Scott, which I only got because it's a 1977 film. Isn't that crazy? 1977. You know, if I show that side, it's not as reflective. It's a bit brighter. But yeah, just an audio commentary, a couple of video essays, so that's nice. I really like films from 1977. That's my favorite year, so I'm just kind of trying to collect them all for some reason. On that note of collecting them all for some reason, we have Bad News Bears in Breaking Training. The Bad News Bears in Breaking Training. There we go. This is the second film, which is from 77. The first one was, I believe, 76. Ironically, I don't think this features anyone from the first film, despite it being like the same team and everything, with 2 audio commentaries. I don't have the first one, never seen it. I have to find it now because they don't have it on the Imprint website anymore. It's sold out, and the third one, where they go to Japan, is also sold out, but JB have both, so I might get it from there. But again, 1977 ends to conclude the whole buying 3 for $40. I got this one as well. It became $47.50 in the end because of postage fees, but that was fine. The Woman Who Came Back, which is about a woman who apparently people think that she's a witch and something. It's a 2023 4K restoration from the original nitrate negative. Audio commentary, portrait. You get some kind of video essay and another video essay. So, Portraits of the Past, David Huckvale on Woman Who Came Back. I really like the alternate artwork that they have, because it looks like she's like the shadow is a witch being burned at the stake, which is really cool. This is an hour and 8 minutes long, by the way, which is kind of crazy, and that image there is absolutely nuts. What the hell? And then to top it off, we have 88 films. I bought a bundle of theirs. I don't even know if they had a sale on. I'm pretty sure they did. This is the 4K UHD of Eyeball, which I don't like this artwork. I hate this kind of artwork anyway. The whole, let's just take a bunch of moments and spoil the movie for people who haven't seen it. They do have this artwork, which is nice, but again, because the spine is in Italian, it's the Gatti Rossi in un labirinto di vetro. And given I don't speak Italian, probably not going to change it. The original, one of the artworks is actually on a book I have for Eyeball, which I'll show there. It looks incredible and I love it, but unfortunately they only had that on the old Blu-ray, which wasn't a 4K restoration, whereas this is a new UHD, new restoration, Dolby Vision, 2.0 mono, Italian 2.0 mono as well, 3 audio commentaries and a bunch of interviews. So, it's, it's the 88 films of their Italian collection. They go hog wild with this stuff, even though I imagine most of this is probably on the original release anyway, but this is a new UHD, and I like Italian films on UHD. Unfortunately, this one isn't on UHD, which is the Umberto Lenzi film, Seven Blood-Stained Orchids. So that's still nice to have it at least. Not bad artwork, very interesting. I've still got, there's still so many Italian films, especially giallos to collect. This one's a 2K transfer, 2K remastered transfer from the original negative with a remastered English and remastered Italian soundtracks with new subtitles, and 2 interviews and a commentary track. So, it's not like it's not bang for your buck. And of course it does have the alternate poster, which is nice artwork. I like the artwork for it. It looks like a woman who's got a person who's in front of her going to kill or whatever. But again, the title being Sette Occhi de Macchiate di Rosso. So that would also still be 7 bloods. Rosso is red. My 9 years of Italian, I learnt something. Not much. A fun one, which I'm yet to see, which adds more to my Night of the collection, because I've got so many films that are Night of the blank. I did a whole video on them. Night of the Demon, but this is the other Night of the Demon, but not the other Night of the Demon, the other Night of the Demon. This one's from 1980. It's a Bigfoot movie, or a Sasquatch movie, apparently. It is a 2-disc special edition, 80s low-budget, backwards, backwards, but I think that's meant to say, like, backwards, like back in the back of the woods, horror, amid the gush of early 80s low-budget backwards horror, so maybe not backwards, only one lost classic brought together softcore sex, hardcore violence, satanic sex cults, and the limb-tearing, gut-slinging, dick-ripping beast from the best and bloodiest Bigfoot movie ever made. Noteworthy for this release, it actually comes with both alternate artwork, which I will show off, 2 whole discs, with 5.5 hours of bonus features, including another feature. It comes with 2 films in this release, so that's a different poster for it, which is very VHS quality. I dig it. I might change it over, because that's not bad. Probably maybe too revealing if you don't want to know what the monster looks like going into it or whatever. It has the artwork, the logo for Seven on it, which is very interesting. So if you have the Seven release, this is the same transfer, because it literally credits Severin, which doesn't usually happen. But again, it comes with a bunch of interviews and stuff, especially the second disc, just a bunch of interviews. One of them's called Ban the Sadist Movies, Ban the Sadist Videos Part 1 and Part 2. Huge array of interviews and video essays. But the main disc, the first disc, you get just a little green kid out of Waco, Texas interview. Okay, so you get an interview, you get another interview with the director, interview with the producer, interview with the cinematographer, and then Fraternity of Horror, previously unreleased 1964 feature produced by a couple people. So it comes with a second film. It doesn't tell you any details about the second film, but I knew that I thought that there were 2 cuts of this film on this release, but I think it's just because there's a second film that's just from like 16 years earlier. So, Night of the Demon. Second last, we have New Year's Evil. This one is... I haven't seen this. I haven't seen any of these films. Well, at least none of the 88 film... Actually, no, I don't think I've seen any of these films at all. Yikes. I've seen Fistful of Dollars, but still. So this one I definitely plan to watch for New Year's or around that time. I should watch it on New Year's Eve. I don't know. It depends. I don't like that it's got a black case, because it does have both reversible artwork and just a whole slew of artwork there. So this is like a different kind of reversible art, where it's like showing you like 2 posters, and you can't see it through the case, which I hate. Like, obviously, if you put it like that way, that would look really cool with the black case and everything. But I'm probably not going to do that, because I don't like that artwork as much, even though the new artwork is actually on the disc. Even though I do think it is the original artwork as well. I don't think it tells you. Reversible sleeve with it's just alternate artwork, because again, it's an 80s slasher film. Of course it's got alternate artwork. But I do really like that artwork, so I might try to find it's a slim case, so I might try to find a US case that I have with slim like this where I can, but that's not black. Maybe a red one or something. A lot of the slasher classics used to have red cases. I don't think they do those anymore, which is disappointing because this in a red case would have gone crazy. Because again, if it's transparent and you can see through it, which I know is that's what transparent means, you could see the alternate artwork on the inside, which would be really nice. So, you know. And last but not least, we have the nutso one, the crazy one. That's right, it's Rats Night of Terror, the limited edition 4K UHD. It's the whole Monolith collector's set. I could have gotten Eyeball for the same thing, but this one was on sale, and Eyeball I don't think was, and I was also like, do I want to spend 10 to 15 more bucks on Eyeball when I could spend more money on a different film, which I did in the end. So this comes with a sleeve. They kind of are doing what do you call Arrow Video do, where they have basically the same artwork. Obviously this one, it kind of looks identical, like there's no color touch-ups. You know how Arrows is usually a bit paler under the sleeve and whatever to make you keep the sleeve, but of course that still has all your special features and everything. Rigid slipcase with art by, I think it's Ian Sheedy. That's a really... Is it ILAN? I don't know how to pronounce that. Collectible art card, 40-page, perfect bound book featuring new writing on the film by Rachel Nisbet, James Oliver, and Francesco Masakesi, as well as the 4K restoration, new 4K remaster of the original camera negative, presented in ultra-high definition, of course UHD with Dolby Vision, HDR10, all the regular stuff. English LPCM 2.0 mono on Italian, and then an audio commentary, and then a bunch of interviews. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 interviews. You have 6 different interviews. That's no video essays or anything, just 6 whole interviews. But this is a really nice set in terms of its design. You get this title on the spine, of course. You get this nice alternate artwork on the back. Of course, it's all black, so it's quite, well, when you get sweaty fingers, it is obvious. But that's really nice. And then, of course, you get your... it's basically the same artwork but then you get this as well on the back, which is actually part of the German artwork, which I'm like, it just looks weirdly cropped because it is. Because if I show you in the booklet, because the booklet of course still has artwork as well, I can't show you the second page. It's got full frontal nudity, female nudity especially. If I go to the page that has it, oh, here it is. It's actually the German poster, which looks a lot cooler as a German poster rather than it being weirdly cropped. It's obviously just cropped without the text, which kind of sucks, not gonna lie. But yeah, so I don't think they've got anything talking about the transfer, just special thanks and another couple images, and of course your essays and whatever. But then of course you have your UHD. No Blu-ray in this set. This is the alternate artwork, which of course I'm going to flip around to because the main artwork is the same as the case design, but this is Rats Notte di Terror, Night of Terror. And yeah, same diff there, all the same notes and special features and all the region code and everything, and that's it. That's the whole kit and caboodle. I think this was part of a sale for 88 films, but I can't remember. But I know it was, but I don't think it was for Black Friday because I bought that stuff maybe at the end of October. But still. But yeah, so there'll be more Black Friday stuff. I don't know what I'll dive into, mostly because, again, like I mentioned in last week's video, the Astor has a movie market coming up, a film bazaar, at like the very end of November, and I'm like, that's like peak Black Friday time, so I'll probably buy some things from JB, like the Naked Gun and a couple of new films, weapons and whatever, because they usually have a 30% off. But outside of that, I'm reserving most of my money for the film bazaar. So again, if you're there for the film bazaar, I'll be there too. I can't remember what the weekend it is on, and my phone's all the way over there, so I'm not going to grab it. But yeah, so I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna spend some money there. Obviously, the Cinemaniacs will be there. I know Dead End, DVD, Umbrella, a couple other people. I think New Wave Video are going to be there as well. I think John might be there. I don't know if Maiko will, but yeah, I've got a bunch of friends who have got booths and stuff, so it's going to be great. I get to just go around and spend a bunch of money and not tell my my girlfriend. So just don't tell her how much I'm spending. I'm reserving maybe $500 for it, so I'm like, I think that'll be enough. Maybe? Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Check out my Blu-ray reviews of the latest 2 releases from New Wave Video, Rubber's Lover and Strange Circus, and next time you'll see me, hopefully I'll have my glasses back. I got the text today, but I had work, so I'm like, I'll go tomorrow. Anyway, bye.